Good morning time, good afternoon time, good evening time, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. And yeah, it looks helter skelter out here as usual when I'm working on some stuff. Anyway, let me show you what I discovered and a few differences between Kelley's and Sabaton's that are extremely important. And as I said, far as I'm concerned, controller is a controller all day, every day. They all have the same inputs and outputs, same connections, and so forth. However, to make those connections, there are some few subtle differences that you should know ahead of time so you won't get stuck like me waiting on ordering again something else that you need. Now, what I'm talking about here is the display. Uh, that won't stop me from setting up and powering up and wiring up this controller to the bike. However, it will stop me from uh, hooking up the display. Now, check this out. First of all, Kelley controllers, instead of using a UKC1 like the Sabatons are using, the new upgraded UKC1 controllers, and I mean displays, the UKC ones, those are new ones everybody's using with Savatons. I on the other hand, I don't use a UKC one. I have one or two or three of them laying around here, but I don't really like those UKC ones as far as how the display looks. um yeah, but anyway, let me show you something. What I was just about to say was Kelley controllers for the display, they want you to use a 760C. All right. Now, a 760C is not the display that the Onyx bikes have. Of course, I'm not going to remember what the model of that display that Onyx has on them right now, but a 760C is the same controller that I use on my bike, and I'll show you what they look like in a few seconds. But first of all, I wanted to show you this. All right, now this is the 760C that my buddy is going to be using on his bomber bike. Like I said, I have a 760C that I'm using on my bike. Now, there are some differences in the 760C and the UKC one as far as communication wise, and I'm going to show you them. It has obviously something to do with the harnesses as well. Now, check this out. My 760C, when I unplug it from the harness that goes to the controller, my 760C, yeah, kind of hard to see right now, but my 760C has the male side in, okay? Now, kind of weird, his 760C has the female side in. Come on, focus, damn it. I ain't got enough light out here, so it won't focus on it. But sure you can see that. What the hell? Let me switch. Hold on. Let me switch cameras. Yeah, okay. Now we're focused. Alright, see that? His 760C has the female side. And let's go back to mine now that it will focus. Without enough light though. Yeah, mine has the male side. Okay, that's one. All right, two, the harness. Okay, now this is a harness. This is what most of us use for our Savatons and what connects our displays. Now, like I said, my display has the correct in, and this is the harness that goes to the Sabaton. It is a 5-wire. Plugs into your Saviton. Alright. Now, on the Kelley controllers, this particular Kelley anyway, I'm not sure if any of them are different, but on this Kelley, it has a 4-wire. Now right now, I have the Bluetooth dongle plugged in. But the Bluetooth dongle is so you can use the app and you can program it. Okay, now if you wanted to use the display, you would use the Bluetooth dongle, program it, save the settings, then you would unplug the Bluetooth dongle and then plug in your wire harness that goes to your display. But here again, Kelley uses a 4-wire, Saviton uses a 5-wire, which is obviously the reasons why there are different communication parameters going on, and why let me tell you, let me go back and tell you something else. When I unlocked my Saviton controller, I couldn't unlock it using this 760C. I had to go and get my UKC1 and plug it up to unlock it. And that's because obviously it was utilizing that 5th wire on here. I think that may be CAN bus. I could be wrong, but it's some type of communication wire that talks to the controller. Now, once I unlocked my Saviton and set everything up, then I could go back and plug up my 760C. Alright, now, like I said, I just like the way the 760C looks as opposed to the UKC1. However, those communication differences do make subtle changes, like the voltage is a little off. But I know what the difference is now. That doesn't really bother me. But I like everything else. Let me plug this back up so I can show you what the 760C looks like and why I like it as opposed to the UKC1. Now, another thing that I'm going to tell you guys about that I learned, and this is very important as well because this deals with security. Now, a lot of times when you explain these things, you're not only showing, you know, the honest people some instructional knowledge, you're also teaching thieves as well. But it's best that we know these things too. Too bad I might be showing thieves, but at the same time, we need to know these things. Now, I don't use an ignition key as of right now, because when I put my bike together, I didn't have one, and I didn't have one at the time. I normally use the throttles that have the ignition key built into the throttle, so this one doesn't. And I didn't even get an ignition key after the fact because I started using the password. Okay, let me show you. When you if you haven't used the password, when I power my display on, it's asking for a password. Okay, now hold on, let me put my password in. Okay, I put my password in and it's going to turn the bike on. Now, I thought that was secure, needing a password. And by the way, that's what the 760Cs look like. And when you throttle up, as far as the speed, when your speed increases, there's a circle that wraps around and then closes here. Also on your power side, there's another circle that goes around as your power increases. And for one, I like the color combinations, and for two, I also like, if you notice, the assist levels 1 through 5 instead of 1 through 9 like Saviton, although you can program them 1 through 5. But it also has this 0 gear. While it's in 0, your display can be on, but you can accidentally whiskey throttle, or you know, somebody come up and accidentally whiskey throttle it. I like that feature as well. Okay, now back to the password. A thief that has this knowledge I'm about to tell you can turn your bike on by simply just having an extra display in his pocket. Now, had this UKC 60 that my buddy has right here had the same connector, all a thief would have to do is unplug my display and plug his display up, and he could power my bike on. Because unfortunately the password is stored in the actual display, not in the controller, which is pretty stupid. You know what I mean? Like I said, that makes a thief. Like I have a couple UKC ones over there, and if I had a if somebody bought a bike to me and I didn't have the key for it, and I turned it on and it said password, and I couldn't power that bike up, all I would have to do is plug up one of my UKC ones, turn it on, and it wouldn't ask me for a password. Like I said, password is stored in the display. Alright, that's very important. You need to know that. Alright, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Few subtle differences between Saviton and Kelley, but significant nonetheless. As I said, you know, I haven't built or put together every type of bike in the world. I have a whole lot to, you know, to do as far as building different bikes, but basically, as I always say, they're all the same as far as the installation and wiring process, although some of them do require different components. Now, you know, I found that a little interesting that you needed to have a different wire harness, because I have a couple of these wire harnesses that go to Savitons, and just about, not just Savitons, just about any other controller, like shoot, the Ryzen Sun controller, they use the same type of displays. I have a couple other Chinese controllers. The Frank his Chinese controller had the same wire harness. Even some of the factory e-bikes, they still have the same display harnesses. Mostly all of the controllers that I've ran across up until now use the same type of wire harness for the display. It has only been until now that installing this little Kelley, I noticed that they had those subtle differences, but those differences right now are hindering me from completing this build tonight and, you know, putting it all together, because I gotta wait until we get another one of these Kelley harnesses. So I found that sort of interesting, and I wanted to, you know, let you guys know that. And yeah, just in case you happen to be buying a Kelley display. Not only that, the fact that he ordered this Kelley controller, then ordered the display from the same company where he got the controller, you would have thought they would have known that he, yeah, obviously needed this wire harness. But they did not send it. This is the box that it came in, and yeah, no harness. So that's that. Alright, y'all, that's just a little bit of info. Man, it's hot as balls outside. I'm going on the inside, man, up in some AC. I just ran out here to you know, put one of these little connectors on this Kelley, and I did that for the hall sensors. So put one of the little ends on for the hall sensors, and I'm gonna have to take this other one off right here. I started taking it off, cutting it off. I have to put power and ground on here, and I have another little two terminal connector, so we can remove these big old dumb connectors that Kelley uses. I hate them damn things, man. When you got to run these wires through holes and stuff, you got 3 of these big dumbass block connectors. Now obviously they think they're worthwhile and easier, but to me they're a headache, and you know, they're a pain in the ass, and you have to get adapters and all that. So my buddy decided he didn't want to use those connectors. Long as he had connectors that he can plug and unplug, he was good. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. But yeah, we out here hot as balls, missing that big old group ride up in NY right now, hating on that a little bit, a little jelly. But I'll check out the guys' videos later on. For y'all, deuces, y'all know what it is. Crisscross and Wise, Crooked Finger Production. Peace, we out.